Hi, this is Suzanne Williams with Essential Oils, Health Matters, and Living the Wholesome Life. And we are on week 49, day 2 of our positive, peaceful affirmations that we are doing every day, Monday through Friday. We are following Dr. Susan Lawton's book, Positive, Peaceful Growth Calendar, that you can buy at Aroma Tools or Oil Life. If you love positive affirmations and you love music therapy, if you love essential oils and you love aromatherapy, you are really going to appreciate this book. It's simple in its format, but profound in the changes it can help us make in our lives. The affirmation for today is, I wish for what is in my highest good, and what I wish for happens often. And the affirmation, just two quick things, well, maybe one or two. Anyway, quick things about the affirmation for the week. Let's be careful what we're wishing for, because oftentimes what we wish for does come true. So let's just make sure that we're really wishing for kind and loving and beautiful things that are in our best good and other people's best good too. And the affirmation for today is, now I'm going to read you the affirmation that's right here, and I'm going to tell you how I am tweaking it. The affirmation that's in the book is, I think only positive thoughts and positive experiences happen. So, I think only positive thoughts. Now, that's a hard one for me because I don't think only positive thoughts. Like, sometimes I think negative thoughts. And so that affirmation is going to be a little bit hard for me to say. So I'm tweaking it. You can go with that affirmation if that is an easy one and seems to be like what you want to say. But here's the affirmation that I want to say. The more I think positive thoughts, the more positive experiences flow my way. The more I think positive thoughts, the more positive experiences flow my way. Now, there are so many experiences that I could tell you about in my life with this. I would have to say that every single achievement in life, whether that's a personal achievement of becoming a kinder person, or whether that's, I don't know, making the cheerleading team, or, the dance team, or getting a good grade in class, or even getting into college in the first place, or having children. Like, the very first thing that all starts with is I think I can. Like that beautiful, beautiful children's book that, there was this train that was stopped in the middle of nowhere because whatever happened, and they asked this engine, hey, could you help out? And he's like, oh no, I'm too important. And the next one, oh no, I'm too busy. And the next one was like, yeah, I think I can do that. And it was just like a little chain, but it's like, I think I can, that type of thing. And it gets it up over the mountains and to the place that to the place that the train needed to go. So the point of that is that every single achievement in life starts with I think I can do that. We need that little spark of positivity to even get us up to have that energy to try. Now, when it comes to being positive, as a parent of 9 children, I can tell you that I'm so much more likely to be positive, or for the children to have a positive response from me if they address me like I'm a generous and kind person who's going to grant their wish, right? If they're like, hey mom, I would love to do this, what would it take, right? Then I'd be like, what would it take for them to go and do this? And then, the ball's back in their court. But if they're like, oh mom, I want to do this, but you're so mean and you're probably not going to let me do it anyway, then I'd be like, well, probably not. So do you see how we think about people and how we address them, and the energy that we bring to the table on different negotiations makes a total difference in whether we get what we're asking for or not. Anyway, so I do believe that there is incredible power in positivity. And I wanted to read to you some of my favorite quotes on positivity before we get into everything else. Here we go. Oh, by the way, first of all, I wanted to say before I read you these quotes that my song that I'm talking about, that I'm connecting for today's affirmation, is Accentuate the Positive. I'm thinking positive thoughts and having positive experiences flow our way. We are accentuating the positive. So, oh, and then I also wanted to talk to you about another YouTube channel that I 100% love, and it's called Live on Purpose TV. The guy on it, I don't even remember his name. He says it every time, but it's just not sticking in my brain right now yet. And anyway, he calls himself pathologically positive, right? Because he's such a positive person and he sees that positive energy can generate a lot. So if you're trying to up your positivity, go ahead, turn on Live on Purpose TV. They have hundreds and hundreds of videos on almost any topic under the sun, on relationships, on parenting, on marriage, on starting a business, whatever it is. They have a clip on it. Anyway, so on to my favorite quotes on positivity. And if you have favorite quotes on positivity, can you put them in the chat? Because I would love to see what you love when it comes to positivity quotes. Now, most of these quotes are from a person named Gordon B. Hinckley. He was actually a prophet in our church. We only have one prophet at a time. Anyway, so here are some quotes from him. Carry on. Things will work out. If you keep trying and praying and working, things will work out. They always do. If you want to die at an early age, dwell on the negative. Accentuate the positive and you'll be around for a while. Here's the next quote. It isn't as bad as you sometimes think it is. It all works out. Don't worry. I say to myself every morning, if you do your best, it will all work out. Put your trust in God and move forward with faith and confidence in the future. Next quote. Don't nag yourself with thoughts of failure. Do not set goals far beyond your capacity to achieve. Simply do what you can the best way you know how, and the Lord will accept that effort. Here's the next quote. Those who move, and these are all from the same guy, those who move forward with a happy spirit will find that things always work out. Here's what he did on his mission, where he had a companion. The mission is where you kind of go and you preach the gospel of Christ. Anyway, so every morning he and his companion would wake up, shake hands, and say, life is good. I love that. I was talking to I was talking to my husband this morning, and I was like, hey, do you want to try something? And he's like, what? And I am like, okay, this is what President Hinckley did. Every morning he would wake up, shake hands with his companion, and say, life is good. And I'm like, do you want to try that? You want to say, life is good, and wake up, shake hands. Life is good, and our marriage is awesome. And he's like, sure. And I'm like, okay. So I go, and I'm like, okay, let's shake hands. He's like, I'm not shaking hands with you. I'm going to give you a hug. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, right. That's better. That's way better. Anyway, but waking up, hugging in the morning, life is good, and our marriage is awesome. I'm like, can we commit to doing that for a year? Like, wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be great to start your day on leaving whatever happened in the yesterday, leaving the past in the past, and starting each day with positive thoughts and positive intentions. Here is another quote by Hinckley. Gordon B. Hinckley. Let faith replace your fear. Next quote. Do not despair. Do not give up. Look for the sunlight through the clouds. Opportunities will eventually open to you. Do not let the prophets of doom and gloom endanger your possibilities. Okay, so stopping right there on the quotes, I just have to say that as a mom of 9 children, if I would have listened to all the doom and gloomers, there would be no way I would have 9 children. Because like when we first had our first child, like Derek was in college, he was working to make ends meet, and we're like, how are we going to afford a child? If you Google how expensive is it to raise a child, oh my gracious, like no one could ever afford a child, or very few. But that's not what happens in life. Like you have a child and it's beautiful and it's good and it's hard, right? Everything that's good is hard. And then people are like, hey, do you want this? Do you want that? Do you want this? Do you want that? Hey, do you want a swing? Do you want clothes? I have extra pack of diapers that, my child just got out of. Do you want them? And like, so even when you think you can't afford a child, like I would never let, I don't think I can afford a child. I would never let that stop me, because I think just children bring so much goodness into our lives that I think that God wants us to have children, and so He will bless us with what we need to take care of and raise that child. Anyway, that's my take on things. But so what I'm saying is, oftentimes people say, "Oh no, you can't do that. That's impossible," and it's like, no, it does look impossible right now, but when you step forward with faith, the way opens up. The next quote: "Cultivate a spirit of thanksgiving." And here's a quote from Proverbs 29:18 that says, "Where there is no vision, the people perish." So we've got to have that vision for ourselves, for our families. We've got to know where we're going, and we've got to know we can get there. And here's, going back to President Hinckley, don't belittle yourself. Don't forget that you are a child of God. You have a divine birthright. Something of the very nature of God is in you. And we do think we're all children of God. Like, we don't think that we're like a child of God like Christ was, like the literal child of God, but we believe that God is the father of our spirits, the literal father of our spirits, not the fathers of our body like He was to Christ, but He's the fathers of our spirits. And because of that, He's invested in our lives. We are His children. He loves us. And we do have some of the, like, just like you inherit some genes from your like earthly fathers and mothers, right? I believe that you also inherit some characteristics of God, because He's the father of our spirits. Anyway, going on to another President Hinckley quote: "Believe in yourself. Believe in your capacity to do great and good things. Believe that no mountain is so high that you cannot climb it. Believe that no storm is so great that you cannot weather it. You are a child of God with infinite capacity." He said of infinite capacity. Now, here's a quote that President Hinckley, I'm sure, has quoted. I don't know which General Conference talk it was, but it's a quote from Commander William R. Anderson that took the submarine, the Nautilus, under the waters of the North Pole from the Pacific Ocean to the Atlantic Ocean. And this is what he carried, a card that he always carried with him in his wallet. And this is what it says: "I believe that I am always divinely guided. I believe that I will always take the right road. I believe that God will always make a way when it appears that there is no way." I love that. And I think that if we said that to ourselves every single morning, that we'd be like, okay, I believe I'm always divinely guided. What am I hearing? Let me pray to God. Let me get God's direction on this so that I can be divinely guided. And I believe I will always take the right road. Okay, that's a little bit harder one for me, because I think I've probably taken many wrong roads in my life, but this is something I 100% believe. And that is, I believe that whatever road I take, God can bring me back to the right path. He is wise enough, he is good enough that even if I take a wrong road, God can bring me back to the right path. And God can make whatever happened along that road to make me a stronger person, you know? Anyway, and then I believe that God will always make a way when there is no way. Now, there's a scripture, I think it's in Psalms, that says something like that. I'll find it for you. I will post it in the comments, okay? I don't have it on my paper. But there's basically a scripture in the Bible that says God will make a way when there is no way. God, he's a God of miracles, and he can help us and will help us along our way as we pray for his guidance, as we pray for his help. He will help us along our journeys. He's promised that. He's promised that he would be, that he would go before us, that he would go behind us, and that his angels would be about us to lift us up. He's promised that. As we look for that, we will see his help in our lives more. So, I know that was a really long shout out on today's application. Which is not application, but positive affirmation, which is the more I think positive thoughts, the more positive experiences come my way. But this, if I had to say, this is the one positive affirmation that I am just like loving and linking onto. This might be my favorite one of the whole entire book, because I do believe that as we are positive, we create this amazing energy that lets more positive things come our way. Okay, going on, I told you already that my song for this affirmation for today about positivity was Accentuate the Positive. The song in the book for the entire week is Carmen, high energy opera. So, and it's if you I just like playing the music. I'm not super into the opera, but so you play the Carmen however you like play the Carmen, or if you're not in Carmen, just you don't have to be into it. You don't have to play it. Just play whatever you think is for positivity, right? Okay. Going on to the diffuser blend of the week. That is 2 drops of frankincense, the king of oils, the oil of truth, and 2 drops of bergamot, which is the oil of self-acceptance, self-love, and then 2 drops of clove, which is the oil of good boundaries. Gotta have those good boundaries in our life. Okay, so today we are going to be talking about the emotional and physical benefits of bergamot essential. Bergamot. I keep saying bergamot. You can say it bergamot or you can say it bergamot. I think that both are good. I'm going to try to switch over to bergamot because our doTERRA's bergamot oil comes from Italy, and in Italy they say bergamot. So there you go. Bergamot is a cross between a lemon and a bitter orange. The original bergamot oranges came from the Canary Islands, but Christopher Columbus took them to Calabria in southern Italy, where they adjusted extremely well to the move. They're grown all over the Mediterranean. It's a sweet smelling citrus oil with a warm floral scent. Some people call it the oil of self-acceptance. Some people call it the oil of radiant sunshine. Okay, the physical benefits of bergamot. Bergamot is known to build confidence and to enhance mood. Bergamot is one of the best oils for when you're having those very dark and profoundly sad times in your life. It helps to alleviate stress and anxiety. In traditional Chinese medicine, bergamot is used to help with the flow of vital energy so our digestive system can work properly. So digesting not only our food, but also everything that life sends our way. Digesting means keeping the good that our bodies and ourselves need and getting rid of everything else. It's also been used to prevent the growth of bacteria. It can relieve muscle pain and boost the health of your skin. Bergamot is no one-trick pony. So, bergamot is very high in linalool. Now, if you love essential oils, you'll probably be very familiar that lavender essential oil is very high in linalool content, which makes it so super relaxing. That's why they put lavender in so many things for adults, so many things for babies, because it's so relaxing. And bergamot is also super high in linalool, which means it's going to be very relaxing too. It's great to help you sleep. You can put 1 drop in your diffuser. You can mix it, and if I was using bergamot for sleep, I might mix it with lavender. I might use it on its own. I could put it in the diffuser. I could put a couple drops into some water and use that as a linen spray. I could put a few, 3 to 5 drops into a 1/4 cup to a whole cup of Epsom salts. Use it as a beautiful, and pour those Epsom salts into a bath and use that climbing in to a soothing bath for either me or for my children before they go to bed. Just having a beautiful nighttime routine of that. I could even put a couple drops. Oh, Caleb, can you grab the bergamot, please? I could even put a couple drops of bergamot essential oil into my water. I would probably do a warmer water. Make my own bergamot tea, herbal tea. Although it's not the herb, it's definitely just the essential oil. And I could drink that, sip on that. I could sip on that when I want to go to bed. I can sip on that if life is just getting a little crazy and I need to tone down the level of stress. Now, I did say that you could use bergamot essential oil internally, and now let me do my disclaimer on this one. And that is that for me, the only brand that I would ever trust to use internally, the only brand of essential oils that I would trust to use internally is doTERRA essential oils. And this is why, because they third-party test every single batch of their oils. Not just every 1,000th batch, every 100th batch. No, every batch. And so then they print the batch number on the bottom of your bottle. You can go to a site called Source to You. You can see every single test that's been done on your oils, and anyway, and all the results. So, I'm just listening to something outside. Anyway, so you can see that this is 100% pure oils. There's nothing else in this oil but bergamot. I love that. I absolutely love that. Can you ingest every single oil that doTERRA makes? No, because some plants are made to be ingested and some plants aren't. But it's super easy to see or to tell if you can ingest a doTERRA oil, because it will say for internal use on the bottle, and it will also have something called the supplement facts on the bottle. Now, you're used to seeing a chart like this. It's the exact same chart as your nutrition facts on the side of your cereal box. It just lets you know, hey, yep, you can use this internally. So, bergamot is great to use for tension headaches. Again, you could put a drop or 2 into your water, sip on that, or you can just basically take the bottle, get not even a full drop, and then just put it on your head, wherever that tension, wherever you're feeling that tension. Now, here's the thing about citrus oils, and this is true for every citrus oil except for green mandarin. And that's that they do make your skin more photosensitive, which means you do not want to put them onto your skin where your skin is going to see the sunlight and then go out in the sun, because you're going to have a greater tendency to burn. So if I would probably be only using this for a headache if I was kind of in an office or at home. And I know I'm not going to really be going out for any long periods of time out into the sun. Would I use it if I was going on a walk? I'd probably choose something like peppermint instead if I knew I was going to be out in the sun, because peppermint is really, really good for headaches too. Or, anyway, there's a lot of essential oils that are good for headaches. Bergamot is great for helping to balance out the blood pressure. It's great to help fight infections. It's beautiful at relieving pain. So you can, if you have sore hands, sore back, sore muscles, go ahead, put a few drops of bergamot essential oil into a carrier oil, either coconut oil, almond oil, whatever you like, and then just rub that beautiful mixture onto your hands or whatever else is hurting. Bergamot essential oil is great for your skin. So many citrus oils are. They're great for your skin. It helps to clarify your complexion. It can help reduce the appearance of scarring. And it can help, it's great to put on if you have like an abrasion or something. And it can help. Anyway, so again, I said you can put it onto your skin. Now, remember, it's going to make your skin more photosensitive. So don't use it in the morning. Don't use it in the morning and then go out in the sun. If you're going to use it to help clarify your complexion, go ahead, use it in your evening routine. Bergamot is a natural deodorant because it can prevent the growth of germs that cause body odor. So yeah, pop it into your coconut oil, just rub it underneath your arms. See if you like that. You know, it's fun. It's fun that we get to dabble in essential oils and see what works for us. It's great to use. Remember how I said that Chinese traditional medicine said that it's great for the digestive system? So you can pop a drop into your water and drink that when you have like an upset tummy. Bergamot is also good for helping to bring down a fever. For that, I would probably diffuse it, and then I would put a couple of drops into like a coconut oil, an olive oil. Put that down your spine and put that on the bottoms of your feet. Bergamot is a great way to boost the health of your teeth and gums. You could put a drop on your toothpaste, or you can put a drop into some water and gargle that. Bergamot boosts respiratory health, so it's great for coughs and congestion. Bergamot is actually used to help in programs that treat eating disorders. And I think that the reason for that is because it's such a calming, relaxing oil that helps us see that we are beautiful, wonderful people. So if you have troubles with eating disorders, I would definitely say go get professional help. But then start diffusing bergamot essential oil. Start putting a couple of drops onto an essential oil necklace or essential oil bracelet. Have it with you so you can smell it often, just to remind yourself that you are beautiful. You are of infinite worth. You are amazing. Bergamot is very, very calming, so it's also good to diffuse or put on the bottoms of your feet when you're trying to stop any addictive behavior. Now, again, if you have an addictive behavior, go get help, right? And tell your friends too, or your family members, so they can help you and pray for you and all that jazz. But bergamot is a beautiful oil to use because it's so relaxing and reminding us we are of infinite worth. Okay, emotionally, bergamot, let's go into that. So, bergamot is a citrus oil. We know that every single citrus oil out there is a mood uplifter, whether it's your lemon, lime, wild orange, tangerine, like any of your mandarins, the list goes on and on and on with the beautiful citrus oils that are all mood uplifters. So, you wanna just feel a little better. Start diffusing a citrus oil, and bergamot is a beautiful, beautiful choice. Now, am I going to say that citrus oils are like the magic wand, diffuse it and poof, you're going to feel amazing? No, we're still going to have to do the emotional and physical work to work through the different problems in our life, but it's going to be one tool in our bag that we have. Bergamot. I'm going to say it both ways through this video. Bergamot can be relaxing or can be stimulating. It appears to adapt to the needs of the person who's using it. So if your nerves are shattered and you just need to relax, start diffusing your bergamot. And if you're like, I need a little bit more energy, start diffusing your bergamot. It seems to be a very adaptogenic oil in that. Bergamot can help calm us down. It can help bring us back into balance. We can use it we can use bergamot essential oil when we're feeling beaten up by the world or people in it, bringing us back to balance, remembering that we are people of infinite worth and we don't have to take on the way other people treat us. The way other people treat us has way more to do with them than it ever has to do with us. So, you can use, remember how we talked about bergamot is so great for digestion. You can use it topically, aromatically, or internally to help us emotionally digest things that have happened to us in the past, experiences that life is bringing our way, the different surprises. If you feel like, oh my gracious, I'm being hit with a lot and I need to digest this. Bergamot is a beautiful oil to use. It's also like people are back in school and sometimes you go to a class and the teacher is just fire hosing you with a ton of information and you're like, okay, am I even in the right place? Because this is like way over my head. So if you're like that and you get into a class like that, here are a few suggestions for you. One, seriously think, have you skipped some prerequisites for the class? Do you need to move to like I'm talking kind of college here, but it could be any class. Do you need to do some of the basic classes before you jump up to this class? Because I have been one of the people in the past to be like, oh, you know what, yeah, there's a prerequisite for this, but it's not required, and so I think I'm going to try it. And so, just do some evaluation during that first week. Is this really the best class for you, or do you need to get more of the foundations first so that you could excel in the class? So just do that. And then get a tutor. So many colleges have free tutors. I was definitely one in college, tutored so many different subjects. And I have to say, it's people who go to tutors usually get A's. It's not the dumb people who go to tutors. It's the smart people who want to make sure they're going to get the A. So if you're in a hard class, get a tutor. And then my third suggestion is make super good friends with a teacher. When you have things that you don't understand, the teachers are there. Teachers love actually having that one-on-one interaction with students. So go make friends with your teacher, and bringing them a treat every once in a while doesn't hurt too. Okay, going on. So, bergamot, they say this about bergamot. You know how great we feel when it's a bright, sunshiny day and we're just sitting out, soaking up the sun. That is how bergamot can help us feel, that we're just soaking up all that beautiful warmth, love, positive energy. Bergamot can help us love ourselves and accept ourselves with all of our quirks. I'm different from you. You're different from me. I am awesome. And you are awesome. And we can love each other even though we are so vastly different. We can love and appreciate each other. Bergamot is one of those oils that says, hey, can you just stop it? Can you just stop comparing yourself to everyone? Like, you don't have to have her color of hair. You don't have to have her size of body. You don't have to have her ability to speak in public. You don't have to have any of this to be awesome and wonderful and to let your brand of light shine bright. God made us all different. I love, love, love taking my children to the zoo. They usually have free days here in Utah, November through February, so we always go in the coldest months. Anyway, but like when you go and you see all the different animals that God made, you just know this is like, we have a God that likes diversity. We love a God that loves individuality and differentness. Is that even a word? But he does. He likes differentness. And so let's honor the differences that we have, and let's let our light shine bright. Because I have to say that you have a way of saying things that the world needs to hear. You have a way of saying things that the world needs to hear. Someone in this world needs to say things exactly the way, needs to hear things exactly the way that you say them. So please let your voice be loud. Please let your light shine bright. Bergamot can encourage us to release anger and release pain that has held us back, or that is deeply held in the body. Now again, is it going to be that magic wand? Whoop! I'm just not angry anymore because I'm diffusing my bergamot, or poof! I just don't have any pain from anything in the past because I'm diffusing my bergamot. No, it's not going to be that. Although I don't know, it's really good at calming down our emotions. It really, really is, and uplifting us. But it's not going to be the magic wand. No, we're still going to have to do our emotional work, and to work through things, and maybe even pray for God for help, for forgiveness, or helping us be less angry or less frustrated, or helping us release the pain. But it's one of the tools that we can have in our body. Bergamot is great for people who hide their emotions with cheerfulness. It can help them relax, help them let their real feelings out, help us to be more vulnerable, help us to be more authentic. If you feel like that's a problem with people in your community, or maybe it's a problem with you, I'm just here to say that people really do want to know the real you, and it's okay. None of us are perfect. Like, the more that I share, hey, I have this problem, I'm still trying to fight it or solve it, or, whatever, but I do have this problem. It lets other people say, oh, you know what, I have problems too. Like, we're human, and that's good. That's good. So can we just be a little bit more authentic and vulnerable with who we are? Bergamot is especially good because it's so uplifting and relaxing if you're going out on a new date. Like, it's great to diffuse while you're getting ready for the date. Great to wear on your jewelry just to help you remember that it's time to have a good time. Time to put away everything else and just time to have a good time. It's great oil to diffuse in parties. When people show up authentically, it just makes the parties so much more joyous and enjoyable to everyone. Bergamot can help us release anxieties and anxious feelings and fears. It's a beautiful oil, actually, to diffuse too when you're driving. Honestly, it's not going to make you tired. I would say I'd be okay diffusing bergamot essential oil because I feel like it does have that, if you need to stay awake, you will. Whereas I would say do not diffuse lavender essential oil when you're driving. Specifically, bergamot can help us find peace when our hearts hurt for other people's distresses. Sometimes that's the worst, right? Like, you're like, okay, I can handle everything, but that person, I don't know that person can. So can life, just, whatever. Anyway, that person can handle things too, and we can pray for them, and we can help them, but they can be fine too, especially as they reach out. We've already mentioned how it's great for addictions, how it's great for eating disorders. It's great for people who feel down or hopeless. As a citrus oil, it's beautiful for cleaning because all citrus oils help to kill the germs. So just put a couple of drops into your do-it-yourself homemade cleaning solution. Spray your counter, spray your trash can. It's going to make it smell so good. Spray your bathroom surfaces. It's going to make it all smell so good. And this is what happens to me when I use essential oils to clean. They uplift my mood, because I usually clean with like lemon and like an On Guard mixture, but that beautiful citrus oil lifts my mood when I smell it. So bergamot can do the same. Bergamot is great. bergamot, right? It's like you say potato, I say potato, you say tomato, I say tomato, potato, tomato. Anyway, so it's bergamot. Anyway, but it's super good for people who tend to approach life with pessimism. People who approach life with, I don't think that's going to work. There's no reason to even try that. People who are the ears in life, if that's who you are at times, or if that's who people around you are, can we just start diffusing the bergamot and see how that calms down that, oh my gracious, we might fail, calms down the fear of failure and brings up the, what will it hurt to try? Maybe we'll succeed, and we definitely can't succeed if we don't try. Bergamot increases confidence. It blends well with other citrus oils like neroli, petitgrain. You can blend it with grapefruit essential oil. So grapefruit is the oil of feeling good about your bodies. So you have feeling good about me and feeling good about my body. It's a great 1-2 punch. And then it also blends very, very well with jasmine, rose, or cinnamon. If you want to be super confident, blend it with cinnamon oil. Gracious, I call cinnamon the Superman of oils. Okay, some of the negative emotions that bergamot can help with is despairing, having low self-esteem, having too much negative self-judgment, feeling unlovable, and feeling hopeless. And the positive properties that bergamot can bring in is self-acceptance, greater self-acceptance, more optimism, more confidence, feeling more hopeful about things. And sometimes hope, that's the thing that starts the whole shebang, right? That starts us on the way to success. It's the hope. And helps us feel more lovable. It can help us, remember how it helps us release that frustration, that anger, that sadness. So it can help us be more lovable too, and more loving too. And it's beautiful oil to help us feel like we're good enough. We're good enough. Okay, this is so just reminding you that the diffuser blend we're diffusing the whole entire week is 2 drops frankincense, the king of oils, the oil of truth, 2 drops of bergamot oil, the oil of self-acceptance, the oil of radiant sunshine, and then 2 drops of clove, the oil of great boundaries. And the song that I'm choosing for today is Accentuate the Positive. The song for the whole entire week is the opera by Bizet called Carmen. High energy, get things moving type of opera. And the affirmation for today is, the more I think positive thoughts, the more positive experiences flow my way. And the affirmation for the entire week is, I wish for what is in my highest and best good, and what I wish for happens often. Okay, this is Suzanne Williams with Essential Oils, Health Matters, and Living the Wholesome Life, reminded us all that we have the incredible power within us, with God, to make every day a great day. Bye-bye.